For many years, working as a guide at the Dachau Memorial Site just outside of Munich in Germany, I have often been asked why I would choose to work in a place with such dark history, where the most horrible crimes against the innocent have left a deep scar on humanity. For myself and my fellow guides, the answer was always quite simple: education. We cannot change the past, but we can certainly learn much more from it. As tour guides and historians ourselves, our own education at Dachau never truly stops. I myself have been to Sachsenhausen, Flossenbürg, Neuengamme, Ravensbrück, Bergen-Belsen, and many other former Nazi concentration camps across Germany, Holland, and Belgium. If Dachau, the first permanent camp built by the Nazis and the model for the entire camp system, is the start point for Hitler's mass murder of millions, then Auschwitz is its horrific conclusion. In March of 2015, the InMunich Tours Dachau Guides made a private tour to Auschwitz I and Birkenau. As experienced historians dealing with this history on a daily basis, we honestly thought we were well prepared for whatever we would see and learn about. But that turned out to be far from the truth. I don't think any of our group expected it would have such a profound effect on us as guides. Auschwitz I opened in the summer of 1940 in an old Polish military barracks near the town of Auschwitz. The first commandant was Rudolf Höss, a former SS officer who worked in Dachau between 1934 and 1938. It initially started in a similar way to Dachau, as a concentration camp for members, in this case, of the Polish elite, their political system, religious leaders, teachers, scientists, and the Polish resistance to Nazi occupation, amongst many others. However, it would soon become a place of horror. It was here that the first gas experiments using Zyklon B took place, where an enormous number would suffer through horrific medical experimentation, and where so many would die from starvation, disease, and freezing to death. Although Auschwitz I is large, Auschwitz Birkenau almost defies description at around 25 times bigger. The sheer scale of this place cannot be understood through photographs or film, but only by the naked eye and the enormous time it takes to walk across it. Birkenau functioned as both a work camp and one of the main extermination centers for the Holocaust victims. More than 1 million Jews, Gypsies, Poles, Soviets, and many others lost their lives here. Some of the former barracks and prisoner buildings do still remain, as do more than 13 kilometers of original camp fencing, 2 kilometers of rail tracks and sidings, and around 10 kilometers of camp roads. Gas chambers 2 and 3 are today a broken, twisted mess of stone and metal, yet only a little brickwork marks where gas chambers 4 and 5 once stood. The remains of the Little White House gas chamber still look over the mass graves that surround the site. The tour was far beyond just an overwhelming experience. We all felt the knowledge we gained as guides that day will add so much more to our own tours of Dachau and help to put into perspective our work on the memorial site and our perception of the entire Nazi camp system. To quote a former Auschwitz prisoner, "Millions of people around the world know what Auschwitz was, but it is basic that we retain in our minds and memories awareness that it is humans who decide whether such a tragedy will ever take place again. This is the work of humans, and it is humans alone who can prevent any such return." As guides, we are very aware that the more opportunity people have to access sites such as Auschwitz and Dachau, the more chance we have as human beings to learn from these extremes of human nature. InMunich Tours would like to take this opportunity to thank both the Auschwitz Memorial Site and in particular our fantastic private guide Agnieszka.